this is crazy. This is the start of foiling behind the boat.
Yes, the very first, and it was done right here on this lake, right there. See that Cypress Gardens, right here on this lake.
Yep.
You've heard of him.
Yep.
And we had these. These are from my water ski shop, right? We had this sit ski, right? And how these worked was when you lean, watch what they do. See the skis?
Yeah.
So we modified these, put a thing across, put a hydrofoil on it. And that worked really good. Except when you would come down and hit the water, it would kind of hit you here.
Yeah.
And I wasn't that manly. And water would try to squirt out my ears and stuff. So at which time we pushed the two skis together. So when you would jump or when you come down, where would the water go? Out to the sides,
right.
no longer on you. So that was the birth of the air chair.
Okay, time out. We gotta go back. We got. This is really exciting because right now I'm on Lake Eloise, and Lake Eloise, if you didn't know, Cypress Gardens, pretty much the birthplace of a lot of water skiing, show skiing. And I've got, this is really awesome for me because I grew up in water skiing. And if you've heard of Tony Klarich and Mike Murphy, these are the guys. I would take Water Ski Magazine, don't mind the osprey, they've got a nest. I would take Water Ski Magazine and an X-Acto knife and I would cut out the athletes. He was on my wall, he was on my wall. You were on a HO ski, you were on the air chair, you've been the foiler, like one of the longest guys in foiler. Like Laird Hamilton reached out to Mike to find out about foiling. What I didn't know, Mike, is that you have a really big history in water skiing. Show skiing, barefooting, like
ski racing,
everything. Hot dog skiing.
Hot dogs. He's the father of hot dog skiing.
Like original. So this is really cool because these guys not only have a lot of history themselves in the sport, but we're here at Tony's house on Lake Eloise. Cypress Gardens could be considered a lot of the birthplace of a ton of water skiing,
it's
right?
Hundreds of records, hundreds of firsts. You know, they invented so much stuff here. First three high pyramid, first four high pyramid, swivel ski.
These guys know it's like
the first demonstration of foiling was on this lake. The stand-up foils, Buster McCalla.
So what we're talking here today is like some of the evolution, and we could go on for days on if you just stop on one thing. But we're going to talk today about foiling and the history of foiling because I've really started to enjoy foiling. It is so much fun because here's how I see it. You're surfing, you've got this zone. That's your fun zone. But on a foil, it opens up everywhere. You get to go back to the second, the third, the fourth wake, somebody else's wake, go off the dock on your own. You can pump, you can ride different wings. There's all these different types of boards and wings. And so there's this whole future that we are seeing unfolding. And Mike has been at the start of it since the beginning. You said that Alexander Graham Bell. We know that name, right? How is he connected to foiling?
They give him the credit for the first one.
Yeah.
But Tony is such a historian, he's going to dig up like an attorney. He's going to figure out where it really came from. And he got a name. When was that turned into?
Early 1910s or 1920s. First use of hydrofoil on a boat, a French patent for a rowing boat, Emmanuel Farcot, 1869. Put a hydrofoil on a rowing boat. 1919 was Alexander Graham Bell. But because he had the name, again, there it is. He had the name.
He got the popularity.
First person to implement it into water skis in what year?
1956 was the first towable foil. It was a partner, Howard Shepard and Emmanuel. And this thing was actually patented. This was the first one.
So this is 1956?
1956.
Let's go ride these. It seems scary. I'm honestly slightly nervous to ride it. Should I be?
No.
Okay.
You go slow.
Just go for a couple seconds on the first foils, and this setup is from 1956.
These foils are, but the skis are not. So this is a wood ski from the 70s.
But these foils from 56.
That's the early foil.
I'm getting my life jacket.
Okay. Shaun's gonna ride the stand-up foil.
I don't think it's the hardest part. I mean, it kind of counts. Man, that's not easy.
This is your body.
Yeah.
See how everything's in line?
Yes.
When you break forward at the waist.
Yeah. I got it a little bit better. When I fall, I feel like I'm gonna get blitzed by that thing. Okay, here we go. And we're up. Whoa! This is the start of foiling behind the boat.
Yes.
The very first, and it was done right here on this lake, right there. See that Cypress Gardens, right here on this lake, the first foil.
Buster McCalla was a world jump champion. The guys that manufactured this knew that hydrofoiling, you know, if they wanted it to be promoted, bring it to Cypress Gardens, they brought it here, and who better to promote it than a jump champion? And the first pictures of hydrofoiling, the first jumping hydrofoil, right here on this lake in the 1950s. And you conquered it today.
That, honestly, a little harder than I thought. I could see why foiling didn't necessarily take off when people got on these, because this is not the easiest thing to ride. But what a different ball game when you feel that thing riding up, like when you feel it start to glide and these stop dragging. It's a whole new world. And so that's why I wanted you guys to get to meet Tony Klarich, Mike Murphy. Mike has been at the forefront of foiling. Tony has been right alongside. He's the nephew and also one of the original hot doggers. Both of these guys, huge history in the sport, and I've grown up watching you guys. So this is a really cool thing for me to come and experience with you guys. Thank you for letting me ride this.
I mean, to get to teach Shaun Murray how to do something up, I think that's another feather in my cap, you know?
Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed just the beginnings of what foiling is, and it's a newfound love for myself. And if you guys have any questions or comments for myself, Tony, or Mike, put those in the comments below. And always appreciate it when you guys like and share. If you don't subscribe, maybe consider doing that. Hit the notification bell. And no matter what you're doing, whatever you're riding, always enjoy your ride. Peace!
Yeah.